Hi, it's Matt here from TubeEO.com. Google's just made major changes to the way your Instream video ads will work, and the big question is we've got to ask, what's happened to your ads? Are they dead? Are they salvageable? And what can you do about them to fix them? Some people will have noticed that their video ads may have plummeted from click-through rates of perhaps upwards of 50% down to perhaps 2, 3, 4, 5%. So let's look at what the history of the problem or the issue and how to solve it. So the issue arises like this. Up until now, you've been able to make an entire video clickable, and YouTube and Google AdWords has decided that that's no longer the system they want to use. And in traditional PCs or Macs, you've been able to include annotations the whole way through the video that were clickable. So you could have an annotation in the top saying click here now to go to, for example, TubeEO.com. Now they're removing that primarily because they want to, they're going to allow that on PCs, but on mobile devices the videos won't be clickable. And what will happen is instead they would, to try and keep the quality of the content high for their users, what they're going to do is implement a card system. Now what the card is it's very much like your clickable annotation that you put on your video, but it will pop up with a little catchphrase. It will be greyed out, so they're choosing the colour for us, and then when it'll display for a couple of seconds, and then what will happen is it will then shrink to a little round dot with an eye on it, and that's a clickable card. So the way around this is for your ads that are going to run on PCs or on Macs, it's not so much an issue. You can keep using your old clickable annotations. However, for ads that are going to run on mobile devices, and don't forget 60% of viewers now are roughly on mobile devices, depending on what niche you're in, what you need to do is install these cards. So you can run both. Excuse me. You can run clickable annotations, but they won't. You need to understand they won't appear on the mobile device. They'll just be invisible. So if you're saying, click this annotation now, or click here now, and you're pointing to it or something like that, the person's going to think you're strange. So you might need to retake that section of video, or add a little insert at some point, telling them to click the card that is going to pop up if they're on a mobile device. Now my advice would be, this won't be the last time that this changes. Google and YouTube will change these things, I think, on a regular basis, partially to stop advertisers from saying click here. That detracts from user quality, user content, that detracts from the user experience. And so what you need to do is think about the future and the fact that they may well, right now they've got the annotation system on PCs, they've got the card system on the mobile phones, but they may well in future change that system again. So perhaps a more generic reference like click on the link that will pop up on this video might be a better solution, or click on the link on this video or around this video. There's no guarantee that YouTube will maintain clickable links on the actual video itself. So you may actually, if you want to create a video that you want to endure a long term and you are making reference to it, make sure that you use more of an open dialogue to get your viewers looking around for that link. In some way, shape or form there will be a link, because YouTube and Google AdWords will rely on those people going to your site to generate their revenue. So it's just that it may not be in the form that it's currently in. Now if you have existing videos, the easiest way is your clickable links won't appear. So what you need to do is go back into those videos, and when you're in the edit mode, you'll notice that you can edit the the title, etc. But you can also edit the music and etc. And over to the right, underneath the video in the edit screen, is your little edit cards. So what you do is you click on that, up will come, it'll say you can edit cards, and you can edit existing cards. And at the moment you can actually add more than one card per video, so you can add perhaps 4 or 5 cards per video. Now be warned here, YouTube will probably change that at some point and limit it. So again, if you're trying to future-proof your videos, perhaps don't add too many, because I think at some point in the very near future, if they haven't already started to do it, they will limit how many cards you can show. So I would try and put only in about 1 or 2 cards. Now here's a killer tip. If you are going to make a reference to your card, so for example, if you say at the start of the video, all those people viewing on mobile devices, click the card, the little white eye, or click the card that's popped up, the little link that's popped up on your screen. My advice is you don't want that in the first 3 or 4 or 5 seconds. That's when you need to capture people's attention. But sometimes shortly after that, you might want to make a very quick reference to that card. And the reason I say put it early in your video is because when that card pops up, the full description of it pops up for a short time, and then it disappears down to a little white dot. Now if you put your reference early and you put it before they've left, you need to have the link early enough that they see it and have a chance to click on it before they get bored and click off. So if you put that early and you tell them about it just before it pops up, then they're going to be looking for it, and they're going to not only see the card, have time to think, hey, maybe I should click on that, but they're also going to read your little catchphrase. So your little catchphrase might be TubeEO, making YouTube advertising easy for business, or something, your short unique selling point, or your short elevator pitch, and have it, when you're telling them about it, put it just prior to the card popping up. Have the card early enough in the video that you're still going to have a lot of people see it and have the chance to click on it, but don't have it right at the start, because you have to develop a little bit of a relationship and you don't want to distract from your hook or your catchphrase at the start. So my advice is, perhaps tell them about it somewhere between 5 and 12 seconds, and perhaps have it pop up a second or 2 after you've done that. So that's the current situation. It's a major headache for people that are running lots and lots of videos. It is, however, fixable. But when you're fixing it, and when you're going in and making these tricks, and when you're making your future videos, make sure that you're thinking about the future, that these systems will continue to change. I think it's also another reason, YouTube and AdWords are doing this is, I think what they're trying to do is make sure that their advertisers are using fresh content. So not only are they trying to make the experience better for users by trying to get out all the spammy advertisers, but they're trying to make the user experience better through constantly changing and tweaking the system, so that advertisers need to keep fresh content. They can't just put up one ad and run it for 10 years. You might be able to use the bulk of it, but what they're after is, that you might see the need to edit it, and you might think, okay, well, while I'm in here, I'll make this and this change, and that'll make that ad better for YouTube, for Google AdWords, for you, and for the customer, which is ultimately what we want. So there's the changes. If you haven't already, head over to TubeEO.com. If you subscribe to our email system, which we won't spam you, we will keep you updated of other issues like this, just via the occasional email if we launch a new product, or if we have a major update like this, or like the recent Google mobile search changes in May, where they changed all the algorithms. So things like that will keep you up to date. Thanks for watching. Bye.